Hey everyone, Artsen here and welcome for a new video. So my voice is not fully back yet, but that's okay because I'm really excited to shoot this video today. So we are going to cover 4 different topics today. So the first one is a call out to a guild that I think reach some limits that they shouldn't have reached, but we'll discuss that. The second one is we're going to discuss a little bit of about the ranking system and some of the things that we had to do to be able to potentially get to the podium. I don't know yet because we are still 3 years away of the end of the season when I'm shooting this current video, so I don't exactly know the final ranking yet, but we'll expect that and I will give my point of view, and I want to also hear from the community, so feel free to put on the comments below when we're going to cover that second part of the video. The third one, I want to give a great shout out to the opponents that we had today, but we'll cover that on point number 3. And the number 4, as usual, we're going to go through some defenses. I think I selected 5 of them. They are pretty cool attacks, but I don't want to spend too much time on that because it's the end of the seasons. We are not going to have that map again, but it's just for showcasing, as usual, some of the attack. So let's start with topic number 1. I want to call out the Rage for reaching some limits, and I'm going to show that on my screen right now. I think they went too far. If you see names like Dragshires are pushy, why not? But when you start to play with some players that we have on our guild, especially our leader, Airmax is a really kind and great player. So seeing this kind of name coming up into their guild names, it's totally out of limits. I think it should be banned behaviors. I think it's not fair. I understand why they were mad, and we're going to discuss that on the second part of the video, but I think it's really not fair and it's not okay for players to be able to do that. So that's my call out there. I want to give a shout out to follow up that thing to our friends at MAD, that give them a nice defeat because they deserve that. They don't deserve to be on the podium, to be honest, and we are going to discuss that as well on my point number 2, on the part 2 of the video. But thank you so much, MAD, for punishing them a little bit by kind of reaching the limits of using namings in the game that I think it's really not okay for the community. Now we're going to go to the point number 2 of this video. So the point number 2 is we did met against our second guild, that is the Slayer Shire, on Wednesday this week. So it was the match before the end, before the final seasons, and we decided to do a tie. So I was not part of the decision, so I cannot say anything about that. I don't know if it was right or if it was wrong. Please comment on the comments below to share me your point of view, because I heard mixed feeling and mixed feedback from the community on that. But yeah, we decided to have a tie against our second guild to be able to not get and get mad. The reasons there is that it doesn't really matter to go against MAD in the last match. We might have win, we might have lost. Based on the last few matches, we might really have lost on this one, and we will not have got the podium. So we made the decisions to tie to get the other match after that, and I think it's why the Rage got pissed about that, is because they did meet MAD instead of us, and they are not going to be on the podium due to that. But again, I don't think they do deserve the podium, and I'm going to show you why. So if we go back into the full seasons, I tried to put a few screenshots. Like that was the match number 1 against Kozak, and you see that we zeroed them and they didn't even touch 6% of our defense. Then we went to the match number 2 against Destiny, 91% against 36%. Then we went to MAD. We won against MAD. The first match we did won against them, and it was not a little win, it was a big win. Then we went against Paladin Legends, that I'm going to shout out just after because I love this guild. But you see that we got a pretty good defense, a good win there. Then we went to Bollywood Airlines, and again, 93% against 26%. Then we got against Rising Horde, 36% for them, 83% for us. Then we went to, sorry, I don't know the name of your guild, but they were at 38% against 83% on our side. And, sorry, my voice. And that's kind of it. The other match that I didn't show on the last one, sorry, Rising Horde was at 33% against 80%. So I didn't show the other match that was against MAD. We lost them. So we lost 3 times against MAD this season, and all the rest we won against everyone else. So I think the ranking system is still really bad, and please, Moonton, watch this video and you need to do something about that, because based on the result that I just showed you, we do deserve top 2. We don't deserve top 1. We did lose most of the time against MAD. We don't deserve top 1, but we should deserve top 2. And it's the first season that we could say that, because before we were not Dragonshire and we are still all competing for the podium 2 and 3. And I think the 4-5 guilds that were not MAD were able to compete for the top 2 and top 3, and I think they all deserve top 2 and top 3, but it's not the case anymore. MAD did deserve top 1 this season, but we did, and we were the only one to deserve top 2 this season. So this match ranking is really frustrating, and I don't want to rant. I just want to say that based on the result that you saw, I want to hear from you as well, but I do think that we did deserve the top 2. The fact that we did a tie, it's up to you to tell me what you think. I don't have a really big advice there. I just don't think that the ranking is... I think we should yell at the ranking instead of yelling about practices that we did, but that's my own opinions. Also, some little call out. We did... Sorry, I have too many screenshots there. We still did win the last gauntlet as well. So when we merged, we did win against MAD for the gauntlet. So we also did a pretty big win there. So we can show off, we can continue to show off. And the next gauntlet is coming in a week. And we are all excited about that. I'm really excited about the match. Even if MAD is winning, I'm really happy about any result, any outcome of the gauntlet. But I'm pretty sure that we are going to match against MAD on the final. And I think it will be a full, really fun 24 hours of gauntlet against them. And I'm really excited about that. Like, I'm just really excited about it. And the last seasons, the last gauntlet, we did one. So we'll see what's it's going on the next gauntlet. But I do think that we do deserve the top 2 ranking of this season 10. But we'll see. So now we are going to jump back into the game, and we are going to go into the match. So unfortunately, we did match against the Paladin Legends, and I personally feel that the Paladin Legends is the best French guild in the game. Like, they have a few competitors in the game, but they are the ones that are shining in the top all the time. They do come with really nice strategy, really nice defense. They are really nice players. I have been talking with almost all of them because I'm French, as you can hear. I've been talking with most of them, and they are really nice and friendly players, and we really love this guild. So facing them on the finale, it's not fun, and we didn't enjoy that, but that's how it is. So I'm going to give them a quick message in French, so sorry for the other English speakers. So Paladin Legends, je voulais vous faire un petit mot en français. Merci beaucoup pour le partenariat, merci beaucoup pour le match qu'on a eu ensemble, tous les messages, un peu de frustration, et je pense que c'était des deux côtés, mais merci beaucoup pour ce match, et je pense vraiment que vous êtes la guilde numéro 1 française du jeu. Vous nous avez prouvé plusieurs fois que vous avez des défenses impeccables, vous avez des joueurs super talentueux, donc continuez comme ça, on est vraiment content d'avoir joué contre vous. Et also, merci pour toutes les victoires que vous m'avez données, mais je vais faire voir ça dans la vidéo après. Okay, let's back to English. I was just saying that I was really happy to have played against them, and I really appreciate all the players in this guild. So now let's go into the game. So I will start with the stronghold number 1, and you can see on the keep we have a funny player, and I think this kind of naming is exactly what we need on the game, and we don't need this really bad naming that the Rage used in the guild war. And Artichaut Larry, so Artisan Larry, Artichaut Larry, Artichaut in French means artichoke in English, so it's the vegetables. So that was a fun joke. I didn't thought about that, but pretty good. So yeah, we are going to start with Artichaut Larry. And to be honest, GG to you, because I got the first win against you, but you got a win against me. So let's quickly watch the video. So that's not a new attack. That's usually the attack that I use for this defense, where we see a Brock here with Airless or even Carnelians. You can have like Torodor or Brock here there, Pop, Valara, and Belzebuth. So the strat there is you bring the Fool, you bring 2 times the Archer, the rare Archers, you go to the Grotesque, you go to the Spider, it feeds the Grotesque. The Grotesque is going to get into it, is going to kill Brock here, just before the second Grotesque is coming up. Then the Fool is dying because he's getting pulled by Beelzebub and getting into middle of the ultimate from Valara. You see the 2 first are going in. The last thing that have to happen is getting the Slaughter, getting through that. Is going to get killed 1 time by Pop because Pop is ultimating, and that's totally fine because the Fool is just behind, going to put the protections. Slaughter can show off a bit, put the flame, and get the win. So I tried the exact same timing, same attack a second time. Brock here did proc another time that he didn't proc before. Valara started ult and just killed everything, and the Slaughter was not able to go through the defense. So I lost the second attack, so GG to you, Artichaut area. And again, thank you for the name, it was really fun. Now we're going to go to Thanatos. So Thanatos, I really love Thanatos. I've been chatting with him for a long time now. And we are going to go to the attack. So the attack is pretty simple. That's the same thing that most of Matt's defense are composed. It's the usual Valara, Pop, Brocky, Airless, and AI. So the strat is pretty simple as well. It's exactly the same thing. It's double Archer, Grotesque, Spider. Then you bring the Fool so it can protect Grotesque and not getting killed really fast. It's going to protect it. As soon as you get the shields, the effect of AI with the ice doesn't work on him, so he can like continue to chump a little bit more Brock here. And you see that the first one is going to get killed. The second one is going to go through. The Fool, I think, is going to protect. No, not even, but that's fine. The Grotesque is going to get Valara killed, and after you have 2 Lightning Guard, and that's a win. Then we are going to go to the Stronghold number 2. Stronghold number 2. Before we do that, I just want to give them a second shout out because they decided to not go for like too much attacks. So they did put all their attacks, and they decided to kind of feed me. So I really appreciate that. It was a really fun time. I woke up this morning and I was seeing my win like 12, 13, 14, 15. I was like, what the? All my guild members were like, come on, because you're French, you're getting 3 wins. And I was like, no, I think I'm just a nice person. So they just attacked me. But yeah, we did land it at 62 defense. So I did put a big screenshot on my desk. So it was really a fun experience. So thank you, folks. But yeah. So let's get back to the attack. Stronghold number 2. We're going to go to Vinu, and we're going to go to the defense number 2. So this one is really interesting. I really enjoyed. I think it was Alexandros that did the attack, and I'm going to showcase it to you. So this one is the one that I think we saw at Destined, I think a few matches ago, like 3 or 4 matches ago. And it's Torodor, Wukong, Praetus, Imret, and Airless. And usually what we were doing is we were doing the Ice Mage. So the Ice Mage freeze, and the doggies can go within, pass by. or you had the strat of killing the pop with the rockers or with the archer, and after you can fly through because it's only Imred that is doing damage to the flying units. But if you don't kill Praetus, you are dead. You cannot really pass with your flyers. So that's kind of a strat that was not that great. And the ice golem, the ice mage is not super stable either. So what Alexandros did, this one was really interesting. What he did is that he did the 2 rounds. So he used the flamer plus the rocks to kill the pop, and you will see that. So he's going to send one flamer, 2 rocks, and you see that the flame is going to give the buff to the rocks, and the rocks are going to kill Praetus. So that does work. So they got all killed, then they go with the second wave. So flamers and 2 mage. The goal there is to kill Wukong. So you see that it's going to kill Wukong. It's going to do 1 time, 2 times, Wukong's dead. Everyone's dead. Then he go with the scenes 1 time, and time it perfectly to get the doggies through, the 6 doggies through, killing him right and passing by. So that was a really smart strat because the main DPS are Praetus and Wukong. If you can kill them, it's a free win. Like he could even have done with Imret, he could have done like just flyers. He could have like lightning guards, and I think it would have worked. Lightning guards, it would like killed Imret, and he would have got like the rare flyers, and it would have been a perfect win as well. So, but yeah, GG to this attack. It was really, really, really smart. Now we're going to go to Cobra Cone, that is right there, and I think it's an attack from our friend Maza, yes, that I really enjoyed as well. Sorry. So Maja went 10B with the epic tank, then went 10B again with the epic tank. So the goal is just to build up defense. Then went with the healer to try to keep them alive. There we go. He got the rare tank, so double pair of rare tank to get the passive from our friends Lady Alexandras, keeping them alive just enough so the 6 doggies can go there. It's kind of a swarming effect, a swarming technique without the necromancer. So I feel that it was a really smart attack because he was building up with all these tanks plus the healer to keep them alive long enough to be able to get all the doggies through. The tricky part there is that Neja was there, and you need to time your doggies really perfectly because if they are into the ultimate, they are going to be crushed. Now we're going to go to our 2 last attack. They are on the stronghold number 4, and we're going to go into Sam, that is right there, and we're going to cover his team number 2 with our friend Febo. So this one is, I think, maybe a tactic that we saw before. I'm not sure because I don't think we had Lady Alexandra last time. But this one is a bombing strategy. I think the strat was with Ingrid last time that we did this strat. So you can see out he's starting with Pharaoh, a second Pharaoh. There we go. Then he's going Spider plus bombs. And he's accelerating them with the speeder just enough to be able to get through that. I think the initial things was it's going to explode and kill everyone, and after he can do something else. But just work. They didn't explode entirely, and they just passed through, and it was a pretty good win. So GG Pebo on this one. And the last one that I wanted to show you, it's on Rob Soul. So Rob Soul is kind of interesting, and I'm going to showcase, I think I wanted to showcase Virzen. So Virzen used the new tank, and it's why I was like, and it's a level 7, so it's pretty high level already. And I wanted to cover this one, and it was a pretty smart one, and they didn't really serve that much, to be honest. And it's why I wanted to also show that, because it's a broken unit, but it's not like a unit that's going to give you all the win all the time. So you see that he went to get, like, he tried to bring the rare tanks to be able to protect from the passive from Alexandra. And after you have the 2 tanks. You see the 2 tanks are there. And they are here. Lady Alexandra is burning, but not burning enough to get killed. So at the end, it didn't really work. The strategy of having Lady Alexandra getting killed by herself with the Templar. And what he had to do is he did bring the 2 ice golems, wait for the passive from Alexandra to come, and then launch the 3 doggies so they can go through and not getting killed by the passive. So I just wanted to showcase that. I think it was a really smart strat at the start to get with the kind of like the sandwich technique of the rare tanks to protect Mo killing the 2 first one, and then getting with the Templar. I think it was smart to try to get Lady Alexandra to kill herself. Didn't work, but at least I wanted to showcase that. Okay, so I think we are good for this video. So I hope you enjoy that. I'm really happy that the season 10 is done because we're going to have to think about Gauntlet, and I'm really excited to see the next match. I will see how I can share into the Gauntlet because it will be kind of a challenging week. I think it's 6, 7 days, 8 days of attacks. So I might try to do some videos, maybe not every day, maybe every 2 or 3 days, we'll see. But yeah, please comment on the video below if you have any feedback or anything that you would like to share, and I will be more than happy to continue discussions on the comments. See you folks, bye bye.